One of the main elements of building a modern civil society and open public administration in developed countries is the digital system of public services. It allows quickly getting answers to socially important questions in the shortest possible time and in the most convenient way. Kazakhstan was one of the first in the CIS to begin the implementation of electronic public services, creating a state corporation government for citizens in 2016. Today, this organization is the only public service provider on the pattern of Canada Service in Canada and Centrelink in Australia. The state corporation integrates all public service centers into a single system operating on a window principle. Today in Kazakhstan, out of all 741 state services, 598 services can be obtained by a state corporation, where over 450 services are provided in electronic format. That is, these are government services that a citizen can independently receive on e-government portal today, and accordingly, the result can be obtained in electronic format. It was necessary to expand the experience gained by public service centers over 10 years, barrier-free service, openness in the provision of public services, and a carefully constructed anti-corruption system to the maximum number of public services. Therefore, 4 organizations have merged into a single structure: public service centers, state centers for pension payment, real estate centers, and scientific and production center of land cadastre. I like that many new centers have appeared, where it is possible to get a qualified help without waiting in line. You save your time without leaving the office. You are serviced very quickly without any scandals and get the necessary documents fast. We await service by the coupon number and source services calmly. Earlier we had to await services, we were standing a long time and were very tired. Today, Government for Citizens includes over 300 front offices throughout the country. There are 15 specialized public service centers among them, 7 migration and 4 digital public service centers. More than 9,000 employees are working there. Every year, they provide almost 40 million services. In order to provide public services to residents of remote rural districts, 70 mobile public service centers are operating, which make more than 13,000 departures per year. A large transformation of public service centers is underway, where there are job cuts in operating room in favor of increasing jobs in self-service sectors. At the same time, digital services centers are being launched in each regional center, where in addition to self-service sectors, there is also a training class. Groups of interested persons are formed who can listen to lectures on the use of electronic services, receiving electronic services, using of electronic government portal, and other services that facilitate public services obtaining. One of such services is a Telegram bot, through which it is possible to obtain services without leaving home at any convenient time without e-signature. In addition, there is a paper-free service where a third party can receive a public service for another person with a one-time password. Today, Kazakhstan citizens have the opportunity to receive e-government services through e-government portal, mGov application implemented on mobile phones, as well as via Telegram bot. eGov KZ is the most popular in Telegram Messenger. Through this bot, we can get about 20 public services, for example, an address reference. Here we select the recipient, wait for SMS confirmation, update the status of the reference, and we can get the result by email. So the reference is ready. It took us about 10 seconds.
Можем получить результат на электронный адрес. Справка готова. Это заняло у нас около 10 секунд.
A distinctive feature of digital PSCs is the availability of digital literacy education classes, with thematic lessons according to hourly schedules. Everything is automated and works without the participation of operators. Each computer has an intelligent assistant that performs the role of IT consultant for independent work of citizens. This is a new format for the provision of public services in which people submit their own electronic applications using public access points, connection point self-service sectors, and pads in special booth pavilions. Now such centers are located in Astana, Almaty, Shymkent, and Kostanay.
На сегодняшний день более 8,5 миллиона человек прошли обучение в цифровых центрах.
To date, more than 8.5 million people have been trained in digital public service centers. There are great feedbacks from the service receivers. 80% of civil officers and other employees of budgetary and state organizations have completed such trainings. It can be said that today the population is interested in receiving services in electronic form.
Население заинтересовано в получении услуг в электронном виде.
All events occurring during the day are monitored by 18 employees of the Situation Center, who control the quality of service in all front offices of the country. If you have been provided with a service not fully or improperly, you can call 1414 while you are in PSC, and the center's specialists will identify the caller by camera and will be able to find out the circumstances in detail and act appropriately. In order to improve this control system and public service centers at local level, it is planned to implement blockchain technologies in the operation of Situation Center, which are used now all over the world, but this is currently under development. In addition, the state corporation has introduced the principle of proactive state, which makes it possible, without leaving home, to receive a birth certificate of a child, place him on a waiting list in a kindergarten, and issue social benefits. Soon the registration of the child will become available at the place of residence.
If we want the citizens to be not only users of e-government portal, but at the same time have the opportunity to get proactive services and services without EDS, using a one-time SMS password, first it is necessary to register an e-government portal and link the phone number with individual identification number and personal account, or it can be done without operator in any PSC across the country.
With the growth of the Republic's population, the number of car owners has increased markedly. To save considerable time and money of Kazakhstan citizens, special service centers were opened. The peculiarity of such PSCs lies in the provision of services for obtaining a driver's license, car registration, as well as issuing number plates, not only coming to such a PSC, but also online. A citizen can pass all necessary checks on e-government portal, indicate a new owner of vehicle, pay for the required state duty for registration, and the national number will be produced. While the citizen will go to the special PSC, his ready number will be expected at the issuance. Well, for those people who do not want to waste their time and go to the special PSC, we have developed such a service when they can order a ready number in a convenient place. When applying through the portal, it is required to scan the documents. All necessary information is obtained from information systems. In addition, one of the new features is selfie. That is, a citizen can take a photo of himself on a cell phone, linked to his application, sent through the portal, and in 20 minutes get a driver's license.
Обращаюсь нечасто, но могу отметить, что с каждым разом я вижу то, что работают над уровнем обслуживания.
Everything can be found on the website. It is constantly being developed, and Telegram bot news service has appeared too. In general, I would like to say that this is very convenient now. Everything can be ordered and made online. It will save time and become more accessible and convenient. Now I came to PSC to get a reference on my cumulative system. 3-4 years ago, we stood in line for 2 hours. Now I was waiting with my coupon and in 15 minutes received the reference. This is an indicator of operational enhancement in PSC. First, these buildings are very beautiful and comfortable. It is pleasant to be here, and there are no lines and crowd, as it was earlier. We can see the whole line on the scoreboard. We sit and wait quietly, and managers serve politely. Overall, we are satisfied. Previously, PSC had a huge line. It happened that you come in the morning, but you get a service only at lunch. Now, by means of egov.kz, we can efficiently get all services on time. Among other things, Government for Citizens State Corporation, together with specialists of Cisco Company, has developed a project for the remote provision of public services online via video conference. A universal agent is a remote self-service booth, through which the client addresses to the operator of Government for Citizens contact center by means of video conferences. Or if you are talking about Astana, the client can address to the employee of Labor and Employment Center. Through this decision, the Labor and Employment Center provides about 3 services. Government for Citizens renders 18 services. The list of services is constantly expanding, and in the near future, we hope that the service for providing EDS will be integrated. That is, it will be enough for a citizen to come to such a booth and get an EDS on site. Now the project has been launched in the capital branch of Жилстройсбер Bank, in digital branches of Kazpost, in shopping centers, and also in the Embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan in Moscow, 4 kiosks in Astana, 1 in Almaty, and 1 in Moscow. Now we will phone to call center operator of PSC, who is not here, but completely in a place far from us, in a separate contact center. Hello. Here the operator can provide a fairly large range of services. By means of an ID that is put on the scanner, the operator himself controls the multi-function device remotely, which includes a scanner, copier and printer. That is, the client only needs to lift the cover, put his ID there, the operator will do the rest for the client. In the near future, in order to control the provision of public services by the state corporation, the introduction of artificial intelligence is planned. At the same time, Government for Citizens will accumulate large amounts of data within the framework of public service delivery processes, through processing and analyzing which the issues of further improvement of public services and their delivery processes will be considered. It is also planned to create an improved mobile platform with the functions of an electronic wallet, an intelligent assistant, possibility of entering into B2B smart contracts, and the use of biometrics. At the same time, we are not forging ahead. We see what trends are developing all over the world today. And we see that today, the issue of introducing the principle of biometrics into everyday life is being actively worked out. Today, biometrics is biometrics of the face, the fingerprints, and the iris of the eyes. There are different ways to identify a person and provide him with various kinds of services. In addition, today we're also piloting a biometrics project. That is, we're planning for citizens to get services using their principle, namely biometric, fingerprints, in some cases, facial biometrics. After implementation, we understand that in principle a citizen will no longer need to use EDS in some cases, and sometimes, on the whole, it will not be necessary for the person to take an ID card with him, which will allow to receive the necessary state service. Innovative projects in Kazakhstan are gaining momentum. Digitalization has become one of the key factors in the development of state competitiveness. Today, more than 75% of citizens have electronic health passports. More than 90% of schools are provided with digital education resources. Moreover, the level of penetration of broadband internet into rural areas will be 82% by the end of 2021.